Okay, hi. So today I want you to go about your routine, but I want you to forgive yourself every time you fail. So we're doing the hours in the morning where we're walking and we're journaling and we're yogaing and we're doing these practices. And then in the afternoon, we're focusing on, life and other things and other hobbies, other things. But I want you to know that when you're chronically ill and when you're sick and when you're trying your best, that if one day you only walk and you don't do the yoga or you walk and you do the yoga and you don't do the journaling, forgive yourself. If you're in the afternoon and you I gotta research this, or I have to play a podcast, or I have to do something to manage my mind, or I can barely do this, I need to distract myself, I'm gonna go for a walk in the afternoon instead of the morning, or I'm going to, whatever it is, read this book on health, or I'm breaking my thing. I don't want you to be hard on yourself. I want you to forgive yourself, okay? We've set this up so that we have a routine. We're healing ourselves in the morning with actions, and you can research as you go along. You can play podcasts and listen to things, listen to YouTube videos, listen to things, audiobooks as you go along, okay? And then in the afternoon, we're meant to focus on life so that we remind ourselves that we're more than just our illness. We're more than just diseased, and focusing on and having to heal that. We're giving ourselves a break. And the evening, we're winding down so that we really get a good regenerative night's sleep, because that's where healing happens. But this is all a routine that we're setting up in order to give us guidance through the day, give us something to focus on, and help us get through the days until we can hear our own voice and our own soul guiding us on what we need to do to heal. But if your own soul is telling you, I shouldn't walk, I should do this, I shouldn't, do this, I should do this, then you're already getting the messages. This is to guide us, and this is relatively good for anybody to do. But if your soul is guiding you and giving you other messages and saying, I'd like you to insert this into the routine, or change this, or do this, and that's what really resonates with you, then by all means, that's what I want you to do. So for the next 2 days, 3 days, whatever we have here until we get through this section, I want you to practice forgiving yourself, listening to your own, going about and really focusing on this when we don't know what else to do, or when we feel lost, or when we feel scared, or when we're in fear. Just focus on this program. But if you're hearing a higher calling, or a voice, or a guidance system inside you, or something that you're called to do, or that you need to do, or that your intuition is telling you to do, your inner soul is putting in front of you, then that's what you need to change this to set up your routine to do. So by the time that we get to the end of this section, these days, before we change into something else, we are setting up a routine. So now I've just given you a routine that I think is worthwhile. But for the next 2 to 3 days here, I want you to play with your routine, with the routine I've given you, to make it your own, to access your inner guidance, to use your intuition, to set up what you need to do in order to make your routine. But by the end of the next couple days, we're going to have that routine in place. And that's not to say that you can never shift it, or never, if your gut is telling you to do something else that day. But this is basically habits and repetition yield results. So if we're always changing, and then we're always mixing it up and always following an intuition or a hunch or whatever, and we're not building momentum, then we don't generally build momentum to heal. So we want to keep doing the same things. We want to let our body feel like it's having consistency, and it's building on itself, and we're getting more comfortable in this routine. So during the next few days, we're really trying to solidify a routine that we feel good about and that we can do every day for the rest of this program, and know what we're going to do. Our body knows what we're going to do. Our mind knows what we're going to do. We can build resilience. We can build practice. We can build habit. we can start to gain momentum. And so these are the types of things that I challenge you to do today, is just do some inner reflection and make the routine what you need it to be, what your soul is really telling you is the right thing. Okay, and you can use what I've given you so far as a template